Dementia? Self-inflicted wounds?
Vou testar a questão do fato de Sander. Não sei Sander. Queria uma internação. Sério, sim, né? Tá bom, né? Falou, valeu, né? Vale me hospedando. Beijo.
Anatomy, anthropology, nothing surprising.
E a gente...
It's done. Now for the others.
Hey!
Uh-oh, me viu.
This way!
Droga. Não pode ser pego. 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 Ah, é.
This way!
Calma, caralho.
Hey!
O ponto foi muito próximo. Tem que literalmente dar a volta e sair correndo. Mas eu vi por entre as grades aqui. Qual feito ele não me viu. Aleluia. Ah, passa fechado. Tá pelo mundo.
I saw something over there.
Por favor.
Is there anybody here?
Voltou. Passar. Tô sabendo que tá com. Olha o que eu tô conseguindo fazer por enquanto. Bastante. Parado. Muito cheio. Tá muito lag, gente.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not 6. 4, 5. Just a few days to go. Yeah, that's it. 4 days at most. No more. Perhaps less.
What is welling up inside me? I feel it in my head and in my body. He roars and swells and has strength of oceans. It's crash, and even behind the morning trail of white, nourishing foam. He is my master. He enters.
You there, come here.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No! Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah, and in exchange I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
Is it the noise that disturbs you?
No, it's the nightmares. We all have them here. That's what wakes us up. And afterwards, there's no way to get back to sleep.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
Locked. Exactly what I need. Control wheel to mount on a plumbing system.
Ah, o Luciano chegou agora. Olha, Luciano. Luciano, compartilha. Posso me esconder. Chave.
Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push. The door is blocked on the other side.
Andar pelas paredes.
The green gas leaves from here, and it runs through the whole building. It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands.
Ah, mas agora tem alicate.
Now for the next step. This lever must turn on the gas machine. The piping hasn't burst. Not yet, anyway. This valve controls the pressure.
Vamos fazer essa porra de algum jeito. Tá? Um ou o outro. Impressionante, né? Dr. Fuller, detei sua máquina possível. Tubos foram esse gás escapou. Não posso fazer mais nada em tão pouco tempo. Tudo que posso dá-lo isso aqui. Essa pressão é risco de explosão. Obrigado, senhor. Além. Scholar Gentle.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Uma coisa. É sim, é o Hospital River. E uma mulher estranha é daquele lado lá, caos. Tá vivo. Lá do quarto. Que tem thugs lá na frente. Pra Ou não. Atuai. Isso é inaceitável. Agora as válvulas. Pô, válvula gay, né? Até. Só que. Afim.
You'll find me. You can see me. Let's calm down, please. No, no! Ah! Ah! Pain is just information, dear Francis. Invaluable information for my research. Kill me! Kill me! What? If you don't kill me, he will.
Tá falando.
My poor friend. I fear your mind is lost forever.
É, Luciano, hoje tu não tá, né, cara? A próxima vez a gente tem que combinar pra tu. Que eu vou tentar fazer de novo daí. Porque hoje tu tá vendo, tá rodando bem. Eu tô quase desligando o videogame porque ele tá aqui do meu lado, tipo. Sim, da minha mão. Posso parar. Tentar encontrar. Ah, storage cheio. Esse ano ele tem uma aura impressionante. No dia que as máquinas do
This path is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
chave por aqui. Achei 2 chaves. Chave por aqui.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills? My new friend's sleeping pills.
Do lado o cara vai primeiro pra ter que ir pro outro. Pro lado. Ele não fez isso. E a aura anti-tecnologia.
Scopolamine F. There's no such thing. They've created derivatives of all common medicines.
Mais um. A sala ali, tá com a... Cara. Ah. Olha aquela... Só uma pista. caminho.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape. The door is blocked on the other side.
Isto aqui. Ai, ai. Olha aí. Luciano, divulga, Luciano. Divulgue-me. Vingança. Isto é, cara. Olha aqui. Ah. Pagar a máquina. A pita lá que destruir o sistema hidráulico do prédio. Ou, por exemplo, o cara fica gritando. Lançamento. Se eu fosse. Ah. Mágico. Para o caminho. Então. De repente espera um pedaço. Vou tentar.
I've got what you want.
Show me!
There. And remember, they don't come for free.
Don't you worry, you'll have your diversion. Go on now, go hide yourself. Crows! They're everywhere! Make them go away!
É. Bom. Guarda já. se ele... Amor. Ah.
What carnage.
Só um segundo, gente. Deixa eu ver. Bagulho. Acho que... Daqui a pouco... Alguns dos maiores médicos do...
All the levers are activated.
São pessoas que... A distração. Destruindo a máquina de cultura elétrica que tem... Lá. Outra... Destrua a população de... Acho melhor. Propia... Saída. O gás.
There's nothing happening. piping hasn't burst. Not yet, anyway.
O negócio tá que tá. Nossa, eu não conta. História não é história do conto não, cara. Nada a ver.
I've got to hide before the guards see me.
Who did this?
Passa, vai.
We gotta tell him though.
Odeio lugares fechados, senhora do setor. Cara,
Doctor,
cara que tá.
is that you?
Don't you worry
A
about
Sarah
the doctor.
visitou.
Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want them. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
Claro que Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation.
Aí, Luciano.
But she failed.
Ele.
That's what
Segurou no chão.
counts.
What's going on this?
Era isso. Ela tava tentando expulsar alguma coisa.
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. No, don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders,
Oh!
pull yourself together.
Luciano, você ouviu, Luciano? Shambler?
Possible to save me.
Me diz que você ouviu Shambler.
Sanders!
Olha ele aí, ó.
What the hell?
Oh!
I gotta... Okay. This is insane. What killed him? Damn!
Droga, tô
Yes!
pagando, puta que pariu. É, né?
My head.
Later. We need to move on.
Mansão Hawkins. Pierce acordou no sanatório instalado nos porões de Riverside. Ele conheceu a doutora Colden, uma amiga de Bradley, que o ajudou a escapar. Vagueando pelos corredores dela, onde o doutor Reina, Supremo, Pierce conseguiu falar com um homem chamado Francis Sanders. Antes de morrer, bem diante, acusou Sarah Hawkins de ser a causa do seu destino. Pierce finalmente deixou o prédio maldito, acompanhado de Bradley Holden, os companheiros de Hawkins. Ah, vamos se esconder onde? Vamos se esconder na mansão Hawkins. Claro! É o lugar mais legal para alguém se esconder. Não? 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 Ai, ai, ai.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Cara, como é que ele tá vivo, brother? Foi empalado. Luciano é aquele cara que foi empalado. Lembra? O cara que foi empalado, pelo menos é de dia. Tem sol lá fora. O cara que foi empalado pelo Charles.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to
Ele
say
tá
about all
vivo
this.
ali. Como é que ele tá vivo ali? O cara foi... Não, ele tem que ter alguma marca, não é
You're awake,
possível.
Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Uma bosta.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Tem que falar com
How's
você.
our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
Sim, tá aí o
Ai.
fantasma. Ali.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell
Esse
us,
pessoal tá todo envolvido nisso.
what
cara.
happened?
Esse pessoal tá muito envolvido nisso. O pessoal tá muito envolvido nisso. A casa tá minha, todo mundo notei isso. Psicologia.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the
Tá muito
business at hand.
simpático ele.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Eu tenho, você morreu.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
É pergunta simples. Como é que você sabia que eu não tava no hospital? Por que eu não posso fazer essa pergunta? Meu Deus do céu. Porque, cara, sério mesmo. Meu Deus do céu. O cara foi empalado. O cara foi literalmente empalado lá pelo Charles.
I found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
Ah, agora a gente tá vendo também no YouTube, olha lá. Que legal.
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
Bom, você deveria estar morto. Posso falar isso? Então... o que eu aguentei. Vou falar com a doutora Cole.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Bom,
Given the energy he
ela tava
pours into
internada.
Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
olha.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were
Que
snooping around.
beleza, que beleza.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Beleza, que...
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Que raiva. Que raiva por jogar, moço. Vamos lá. É uma nova pista. O que eu aguento.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
Eu parti ele em pedaços.
Knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
Parti ele em pedaços.
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Foi o andarilho, Yuri. Foi o andarilho.
I didn't see what, but something was there. with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really
Nada
think she's
que
involved?
Frank Hawkins
How could she
case.
have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector.
O FS,
I guess he can
né?
still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art
Yes.
collector, you say? That's probably how they
Quem
met.
pagou as
If you
obras
plan on
caras que a
having
gente
dinner
viu
at the
ontem.
Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
É, eu vi a morte de uma pessoa já, né? Posso ter visto a morte desse. Ter morrido também. Precisa ser cauteloso.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
Essa
That seems
plausível.
wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see
Isso vai
Francis's
afetar
widow.
o seu destino.
Perhaps I'll
Puta
find a link
merda.
between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Quero uma arma. Alguém tem uma arma?
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Quero uma arma. Alguém tem uma arma?
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Quero uma arma. Ninguém tem uma arma, cara. Impressionante. Ah, whisky. Beber, 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 beber. Isso vai afetar o meu destino de novo. Eu tô bem ferrado já. O copo que eu tô vai afetar o seu destino. Fale com a viúva Ender. Nada aqui não. Nope, 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 nope. Vazar. A residência Sanders. Chris Golden e Bradley decidiram se unir para resolver o caso Sarah Hawkins. Eles encontraram uma nova pista a seguir. Francis Sanders, colecionador de arte e amigo que morreu bem diante de Pierce. O detetive vai à casa do suspeito para conversar com a vítima mandarim. O infeliz mencionou antes de morrer. Isso aí. Aqui no quiser procurar. Bem ao vivo. Ao vivo até. Então vamos seguindo. São... Continua.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
Eu sou detetive.
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
Opa!
That is precisely what brings me here.
Olha que
Well,
detalhe.
well, look who's here. You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene.
Tá fazendo.
We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
Pode ir.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here?
Por isso.
How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private, Mr. Pierce.
Toma na cara.
But you do know what kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much, at least.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Chandler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Acho que eu não
Then
vou
you
olhar,
have
não.
paid no heed.
Ele
For
vai
my
ver,
part, I
né?
refuse to
Vai
set foot in
falar o
that
que
gallery
falou.
again. But if you're so eager to see it,
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Quero ver não, cara.
Did she really care for him after all?
Carta de rego. A carta não. informá-la que não pode guardar. Opa. No momento da internação dele, você assinou. Porra. Tendo. Zero. Pessoa. A carta já liberando o corpo. Morrer. Por que não?
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Reconstituído.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
É que foi um quadro de cara, foi aqui. $50. Puta merda.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Olha aí. Big mistake.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Aí. Vai lá, mano. Ai. Vale. Bom. Porta. Eu não sei. Pode se mexer. Mais um livro de medicina. Tô falando que até o final eu vou ser um renomado médico. Acho que tá no gibi.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Eu não sei como é que eu sei que é a Mirim. Então, já que eu sei, né?
I could use one of those.
Sleeping pill.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
O 750 foi o anterior a esse. Esse foi o final. O último a dar de presente. Caro Francis, oro para que você desista. Esperando que tenha esse maldito quadro. Nossa amizade vale algo para você, por favor, poupe-me do fardo da culpa. Não posso ser quieta da sua queda. Imploro, meu cara, esqueça o andarilho. Então ela sabia, né? Eu não sei. Ela tinha...
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Paico. O volume dedica algumas páginas a Paico, Lakewood. A esposa dele expressa as preocupações dela acerca da chegada. Alguns membros da comunidade, inclusive o marido dela, começaram a falar de uma visita de mensageiro enviado por Deus. Ele teme que tenha a tribo desaparecida. Pois. Pois é. Anda. Abrir. Chave da. Maléus bestiário. Isso vai afetar o seu destino. Ai, ai. Tentar ler um livro. Aí, Luciano. Um monstrorum reduzido. Vozes e começando a acreditar na existência dele. Vou ver na. Eu continuo da 45%. Valeu. Tá a minha eloquência. Tá a minha psicologia. Então. E...
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Bom, resta abrir a galeria. Seria do bizarro mesmo.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Acho que eu sei de certas paradas. Pegador particular. Armário aqui dentro pra esconder. Oh. Sabia que tô... Pode pensar duas vezes sobre isso. Calma.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Arte. How bizarre. Tá, Italy.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Center. Peça é o tal do andarilho.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Por que ninguém? Por que todo mundo interessado em armas antigas? Marca aqui pra eu pegar, mas perto eu não vou pegar não. Sacanagem. Logo se ferrar, né? Logo lá se ferrar. Olha ele aí. Por que eu não tô surpreso? Olha a cena aí, gente, do clipe, né? Trailer do jogo. Que cena você tá vendo isso, né?
What the hell was that?
Eu vou morrer. Não posso olhar na direção. Eu não posso olhar na direção dele. Se eu olho na direção dele, ele me vê. Acho que essa é a lógica. Veio pouco, né? Bom, pelo menos eu já sei que ele estava naquela direção ali. Eu vou esqueirar por aqui. Obrigado, João. Obrigado. Eu tô apostando em 15. Sou um otimista, né? Vamos ficar na direção.
What the hell was that? Can't even touch it.
Pô, se esconde no armário, maluco. Se esconde no armário. Epa, Lelê. Ele acha no armário, pô. Ele acha no armário, pô. Ele acha no armário também. Fuck. Eu entrei, Luciano. Não deu muita solução. Vou até pular essa parte agora, porque porra.
What the hell was that?
Do armário sem ele aqui. Acho que eu tenho que esperar ele passar mais tempo, né? Deve ser isso, né? Agora, como é que ele me vê se o bicho não tem olho? O que eu faço, gente? Pelo amor de Deus, ajudem. Ajuda aí, mano. Vou pegar o óleo aqui. Luciano, mas eu não consigo ficar muito tempo no armário. Ele tem medo, cara. Olha lá. A mentalidade dele começa a atacar. Eu acho que entrar no armário é meio que uma furada, de repente, sei lá. Já foram quantas mortes? 4? Estamos chegando na aposta do João. Eu continuo apostando em 15.
What the hell was that?
Saiu de novo, porque não dá.
Damn. Did it? Maybe I can use this thing.
Ai, droga. Tem que pegar aquela faca, isso é sério. Eu tenho que pegar aquela faca. Tem que pegar aquela faca, isso aí é certo. Agora, eu tenho que pegar a faca e fazer o que com ela? Me esconder no armário e esperar ele me achar? Complicado. Dica do João, qual é a dica, João? Aí. Vou na marra, não. Vou na marra. Vou na marra. Vou na marra.
What the hell was that?
Pra falar a verdade, você viu o tutorial de um japonês que já tinha jogado esse jogo e zerou o jogo em 2 horas.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Não, não peguei bilhete. Não vi bilhete nenhum perto do 4.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire
Desenho
it?
de uma adaga. Só que não é essa mesma, né? Longe por sul de Sarah Hawkins, Sanders uma adaga com uma figura torturada repleta de entalhes. Guarda carrega um estranho esotérico. Guarda. Uma característica recorrente na correspondência dele com Sarah. Vou rasgar o desenho.
Damn it!
Só que não é essa adaga. Qual é a adaga? Correndo do Dimensional Shambler. Correndo do Dimensional Shambler. Eu sei que não é essa adaga, gente. Mas é no mínimo engraçado ficar fazendo isso. Otário. Não é. Luciano, eu tô fazendo isso, mas não é aquela adaga, é uma outra adaga, né? Agora, um dia que eu vi essa adaga, aquela adaga ali com... Eu passei por um monte de adagas e eu não lembro de estar essa adaga.
What the hell was that?
Eu acho que independente a luz na mão, ele não vai me ver. Então... Ou ele me vê com a luz. Tá na minha frente, olha que legal. Vai ficar aqui na minha frente. Bom. Bicho simpático. Quero ver onde que tá a adaga. Corre do Chandler, corre do Chandler, corre do Chandler. Eu tenho que conseguir correr mesmo. Pegue o pombo. Agora, qual era a adaga? Onde é que tava? Porque eu não vi. Eu não vi ela entre aquelas. Mesmo. A mais próxima que eu vi. Peguei o pombo felizão.
What the hell was that?
Esconde no armário. Ele veio na minha direção ali. Será que ele ainda tá lá? Tô vendo, tá aí.
This dagger looks different.
Chega no quadro, chega no quadro, chega no quadro, chega no quadro! Ah, matei! Tá, pelo menos de 15, eu gostaria de dizer. Pelo menos de 15. Toma! Pensando que... Epa, eu tô indo junto, que beleza.
What's the matter with you?
Agora que você aparece, Cat, muito obrigado.
You sure won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right.
De
The
primeira,
bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
Hmm?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater.
Algernon Drake.
He'll tell you all about it.
Tem muito nome de antigo.
From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Tudo bem, eu fui o canário da mina dela. Tudo bem. Eu diria que o Pierce está precisando de uma bebida. Capítulo 7, senhoras e senhores. A livraria sem nome. A Daryl acabou se mais do que apenas uma peça de arte pintada por Sarah Hawkins, pois uma enorme criatura se para atacar Pierce. Depois de uma dura luta, o detetive conseguiu mandá-la de volta para o quadro. Mais tarde ele descobriu que a adaga utilizada para repelir tinha sido vendida a Sanders. Tinha sido vendida a Sanders por um homem chamado Algernon Drake, dono da livraria sem nome. Pierce decide visitar o estabelecimento. Eu gostei como essa ilha de Darkwater tem tudo lá, né? É um lugar pequeno, mas é um lugar grande. Todos os lugares bizarros e sinistros estão em Darkwater. Lugar simpático. Ah, legal de se ver. Ali. Arte. Entrar na insanidade. Ai, gente. Pausas. Pausa. Oh, what? Sir. Two. Canal aqui. É. Vamos lá. Ali. Olha, começou bem.
Where is the bookseller?
Já foi arrumado.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Esta obra pragmática escrita por psicólogo descreve as técnicas de interpretação. Seguir diversas regras, principalmente a da linha social. Ela trata sonhos como uma maneira de revelar os inconscientes. Acho que essa teoria é os meus. Ponta aí de
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
O pastor declarou ser o próprio profeta. Ele renunciou a Deus e passou a vida estranha, atividade pagã de aparência. A esposa dele tentou dissuadi-lo, mas foi em vão. Ele estava convencido de que tinha a voz, pois ela é verdade. Só essas. século de baleia. Sim. Baleias. Ser das águas. É aquele. A região era preferida. Holyland. Scylla retorna ao porto de Escabor. A tripulação marítima baleias desaparecia. Após uma noite de combate violento. Big mistake. Big mistake. Big. Aquara History. É um Wekula. Estabelecido. Batizado. Dark Water. Escuro. Estavam eles de construção. Como a própria mansão Hawkins. Sério. Raros documentos por mencionavam pesadelos e comportamentos que desapareceram no século XIX.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Estes escritos tibetanos são origens por Blavatsky do século XIX. A criatura teve a chance de falá-los. Pensei que eles existissem. Esse livro tanto pode ser uma falsificação como uma prova irrefutável da sinceridade. Olha aí, mais um livro assim. Estou tornando médico. Oh, você leria esse livro? Não, eu leria o livro ou não leria o livro? Vamos ler o livro, mais um livro profano.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Mais uma edição. Os bestiaram. Gambler. Desenho. Esta coleção cataloga e classifica criaturas que eu ouvi falar. Unidades de criaturas capazes de viajar de uma dimensão a outra. Ele se apresenta como uma obra de referência no bestiário do mitos, sem dar detalhes da mitologia a qual se refere. Suas páginas estão cobertas com fantasmagóricas. Geralmente matei, destruindo. ali. Pelo ralo. Ah, minha sogrinha. Página. Sua filha tá dormindo. Resta entrar ali, né? Para ali.
What happened here?
Opa. Tá numa então.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Provavelmente.
Blood. Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What killed all these animals?
Barata, gatos.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Elders.
What the? Charles Hawkins?
Charles Hawkins. Peraí.
What's happening to Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Amuleto. Cachorro.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Parece que uma página foi civil. Vocês mesmo. Diz que estão em apuro. amados. Segue. Se ela tem que ser mundo. Importância. Seja quem falar, seja tão ter meu tá no meu cofre. É possível da 3 cilindros. Cada um cada cilindro está numerado. Para seja isso. A ordem, por exemplo, da razão. Mais a desordem são. De fato, apesar do caos organizado, a razão prevalece. Se por acaso, melhor, o gênio tiver inteligência à altura, era combinado. Gostaria que entregasse o conteúdo. Pega professor Armitage da Universidade de Miskatonic. Mensagem, legal, beleza. Para que fique em segurança. Não só o conteúdo do cofre, esta compilação de também uma arma muito perigosa nas mãos erradas. É o Necronomicon que tá ali dentro, o Necronomicon que tá ali dentro. Espero que você seja capaz de apreciar o perigo que isso representa e haja de acordo. Em todo caso, estarei aí para guiá-lo para sofrer. É o Necronomicon. Olha, eu me tornando uma ótima da face da terra. Acho livre.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Todo mundo. Todo mundo.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Esta chave que carrega o signo oceão é a única capaz de proteger a psique. Ela tem a cilindro pendurada. Centenas de anos atrás, a estrela e o galho que as forças grandes antigos foram talhados em seu centro. Indica Charles Hawkins, seu último dono, antes de egípcio. Os artigos que mencionam ele data do Hawkins ao Cairo. Resta saber se ele tem ciência do verdadeiro propósito do artefato. Tente encontrá-lo. The Key of Relief é o nome da é o nome da pastinha.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Arkham. Somente tem vários rituais de evocação. Claudia D. Bates, baseado no W. de Lawrence. Este volume faz parte da antologia. Por causa de tratados e obras sobre os
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Ópera de Dali Music. E a ópera foi apresentada apenas uma. Esse aqui deixou vários bons. Este volume faz parte da antologia Arkham 8.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Escritas por nós. E off Hybrid.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Tá além disso, só fabrica
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Corpus Eticum, escrita por Tris Papelius. Esta coleção de crianças filósofo diário. Ela inclui da tábua popular para os homens do século.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Adicional de coisas proibidas. Uma coleção de ensaios sobre fãs e folclore americana por Albert Wilmar, sou da Universidade Miskatonic. Bom, vou voltar lá. Eu vou ler de novo a cartinha. Tá comigo. Vamos lá. Drake. Se alguém puder me ajudar nessa parte, cada gerado é como área de então possível encontrar como estudo vocês acham? Podem me ajudar. Sim.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Azatote e outros. Uma coleção de poemas por Edward Pickman Kirby. Reconhecida versos do pesadelo. Ela foi extraordinária, bem recebida. Seu autor tinha apenas. Só tô assim, João. Parte do. Vou tentando descobrir.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Olha ali. Aí, Luciano. Reconhece? Reconhece esse Rapaz simpático, hein? Dá um fotógrafo.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Então, alguma coisa com aquele goblet. Coisa... Xadrez.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Então, o último seria 9.
The Queen has little protection. The Queen has little protection.
Pouca. Balsam. Goblet.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Cálice aparenta. Parece parado com.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian...
The chalice of knowledge.
...of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Abriu. Olha só, bonito. Aí, Luciano, tá vendo? Por que agora não me deu a opção de ler o livro profano? Isso eu não queria ler, não. Sauron tá fazendo ali. Voltei? Instituto Riverside. A livraria sem nome, Pierce seguiu a trilha Roma. Descobriu que Charles Hawkins era responsável. Percebeu o cofre e o freiro para descobrir que a Hawkins ali. Escreveu ali. Escapado em pele humana. Exerceu uma atração irresistível. Ao abrir o tomo, o homem foi tratada para outro. Que felicidade! Que felicidade! Aí. Eu ia dar uma parada, mas eu... Depois... Parado. Eu vou jogar o jogo todo. Então, bora. Bora.
Dr. Colden, this man is deteriorating.
What's Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do.
Bora.
Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden.
Bora.
We'll take care of it.
There's nothing we can do. Dr. Colden, I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What? Dr. Fuller. It's his patient, after all.
He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course.
Opa.
I'll see what I can do.
Bora.
Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden.
Bora.
We'll take care of it.
There's nothing we can do. Dr. Colden, I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What?
Epa,
Dr. Fuller.
Lily.
It's his
Epa, Lily.
patient, after all.
He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Of course.
Opa.
I'll see what I can do.
Bora.
Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden.
Bora.
We'll take care of it.
There's nothing we can do. Dr. Colden, I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What? Dr.
Epa,
Fuller.
Lily.
It's his
Epa, Lily.
patient, after all. What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal
I'll see what I
position.
can do.
I thought he
Mr.
was waking
Blake,
up, but
can you
no.
hear me? I'm Dr. Colden.
Bora.
We'll take care of it.
There's nothing we can do.
I don't recognize him.
I tried talking
Did he
to
just
him.
arrive on the
He's
island?
catatonic. He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain
What
Fitzroy.
can you tell me about him?
I think he works for Ms. Baker. Highly agitated an hour ago. The woman at the head of their gang. Tie him down when he They call her Cat. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. Do you have other questions? I thought he was waking up, but
Can you
no.
hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been
I
going
don't
down.
recognize him.
His skin
Did he just
losing
arrive
its
on the
color.
island?
His body
He said
rigid.
he
He
worked
worked on the docks.
I
I
closed
closed
his
his
eyes
eyes
myself.
myself.
What can you tell me about him?
They were glassing over for Ms. Baker.
I
didn't want them to dry out. And I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face. They call her.
You did well.
10
Don't
minutes
worry.
ago, he curled
I
up
see.
into a fetal
Let's stay
position. Do you have
professional
other
if
questions?
I
I
may.
thought he was waking up, but
Can you
no.
hear me? Show me his file. What are his
That-
symptoms?
His temperature has been going down.
Don't tell me
His
Dr.
skin
Fuller
losing
takes
its
this
color.
file as well.
His body
We
rigid.
need
Worked
it.
on the docks. That's why I called
What can you
you.
tell me about him?
This man's ailment has been hidden from us. To dry out.
Come on now.
And I couldn't bear
What was
to
he
look at the
treated for?
expression on his face. An intoxication.
You
I was
did well.
told. 10 minutes
Don't
after
worry.
inhaling
I see.
chemicals.
Let's stay
Do you have
professional
other
if I
questions?
may.
I thought he was waking up, but
Can you
no.
hear me? Show me his file. What are his
That-
symptoms?
His temperature has been going down.
Don't tell me Dr.
His
Fuller
skin
takes
losing
this
its
file
color.
as well.
His body
We
rigid.
need
Worked
it.
on the docks. That's why I called you.
Tell me about him.
This man's ailment has been.
That'll do
for
for the time being. Come on now.
Any idea
What
what
was
this
he
man
treated
might
for?
be undergoing? An intoxication.
You
I was
did well.
told. 10 minutes after inhaling chemicals.
Let's stay
Do you have
professional.
other questions?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer? Show me his file.
No,
What are
doctor.
his symptoms?
Not me, not anyone.
Possible.
Our stock is
Tell me
empty
Dr.
yet
Fuller
again.
derived this file as well.
His
Again,
body
we
rigid.
need it. But there was enough for the
That's
whole
why I
island.
called you. More and more people are suffering from
That'll do
insomnia.
for the time being. Come
We
on
can't
now.
refuse to
idea
help
what
what
was
this
he
man
treated
might
for?
be
Of course.
undergoing. An intoxication. Any idea what this man might be after inhaling chemicals?
Let's stay
Do you have
professional.
other questions?
Very Did you well.
inject him with a
I'll examine him.
tranquilizer?
Show me his file.
No, doctor. Not me, not anyone. Possible. Our stock is empty.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out.
More and
He's
more
totally
people are suffering
dehydrated.
from insomnia.
His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin.
Any idea what this
Tender at
man
the
might
touch.
be after undergoing chemicals?
Slightly sticky. Very
Did you
well.
inject him with a
I'll examine him.
tranquilizer?
Severe malnutrition.
No, doctor.
Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia.
Our stock is empty.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence. He's totally dehydrated. Body. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight 30-year-old subject under the skin. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necros palpatis. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen,
doctor,
traces of
an
petechia.
opinion? Our stock is empty.
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to loss of color. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of totally dehydrated body. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a 30-year-old subject under the skin. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Very well.
Necropolluted. Severe malnutrition.
I see signs of hypodermoclisis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV? I'm not sure I have the necessary.
He's constantly under perfusion.
Slight
Even gone beyond the recommended doctor and
his
fingers believe me that
30-year-old severe hypodermitis. He seemed to feel erythematous papules around the eyes and
like he needs an aquarium, not perfusion.
severe
That doesn't
I see
explain his
signs of
condition.
hypodermoclisis. When was his last IV? I'm not sure I have the necessary. Did you examine his papules? It would seem there's something
Even gone beyond the recommended doctor. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No, 30-year-old. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger erythematous papules around the eyes and look
like he needs an aquarium, not perfusion. It's not like he could be pregnant. His condition.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry. He has an edema would go away by itself. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. Pushing with your finger erythematous papules in spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem
It's like he could be pregnant. They can't have decalcified. Not at this rate.
This man has something inside. If there is a bone in his arm, some should operate out of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
Said not to worry. It's soft to the touch. Go away by itself. Are you certain? It doesn't seem like the skull of a baby.
I'm not sure, Dr. Look at these sticky rings pushing at his finger erythematous papules.
What can be happening? I'm sure you'll find an explanation. It's like he could be pregnant. They can't have decalcified. Not at this rate.
This man has something inside. If there is a bone in myself, some should operate out of a newborn. Not those usually associated. What about his cranium with the human species?
It's soft to the touch. What do you by itself? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrial.
I'm not sure, Dr. No, look at these sticky. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutation. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Coles, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrial.
I'm not sure. How about what you've done to him? This poor man is
calm down, my dear Marie. I appreciate your tone, nor your insinuation. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available.
Such an infection.
Your imagination is without limits. It's your homemade drug again, is it not?
May I know what
Those
you're
people are
doing to my
not your
patient?
guinea pigs. What I'm doing.
There.
How about what you've done
What
to him?
have you seen to put you in such a state, Marie? I
But his body is
appreciate your tone, nor your insinuation. I've done to him what I do to all my
on his
patients.
body
Provide him
his
with the
falling
best
body
available.
temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, it's your homemade drug again, is it not?
May I know what
Those
do
people
I
are
to
not
my
your
patients?
guinea pigs.
Tell me anywhere. I'm
How about
curious.
what you've done
What
to him?
have
No
you
longer
seen to
human.
put you in such a state,
These are the
Marie?
attributes of his body.
Appreciate your
An
tone,
animal.
nor your insinuation. Fascinating.
I've
An animal, you say?
Suction.
Would you be more precise? Provide cephalopod,
Falling body
perhaps.
temperature, his dehydration, his immunity. Had I only read the
Your
report,
reaction
it's your
does.
homemade drug
I
again,
know
is it
you
not?
are thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting. What have you
For this
seen
man
to put you in
and the
such a
others
state?
whose medical files are hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. To be more precise, it will be in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
This man and the others whose medical files are hiding.
Was that a
I
threat?
have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the
Dr.
world
Fuller is
isn't
this
ready yet.
institution's founder and
It
one
will
of our
be
profession's
in
most
time.
influential voices. I will not let you. My word is of no weight.
You disappoint me, Marie, but
If
I
I
still
continue
hope
to
you'll one day
protest,
share my point
I will
of
only
view.
ruin my reputation.
Take care of your own patients.
Scandalous.
Try not to forget who
Can
you're
we do
dealing
anything?
with.
Is there no evidence of his crime? Was that a
I
threat?
have to protect my
What did he
discovery.
mean?
These
It was a
people
warning.
owe me their life, but the
Dr.
world
Fuller is
isn't
this
ready yet.
institution's founder and
It
one
will
of our
be
profession's
in
most
time.
influential voices. I will not let you. My word is of no weight.
Oh,
that
disappoint
evidence
me, Marie,
exists.
but
I'm sure
I
I
still
continue
hope
to
you'll one
protest. I need to find the missing medical files.
My reputation.
And where would you find those? Scanning his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
What do you mean? Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's most influential voices. I will not let you. My word is if no. Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure it will. An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
What do you mean? Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's most influential voices. I will not let you. My word is if no. Oh, this place draws you in and never lets you go. An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. Of course, Doctor. It's so you can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's most influential voices. I will not let you. My word is if Elizabeth, this place draws you in and never lets you go. Why is this room in such a state? An unknown medicine.
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me. It's so you can count on me. Keep mum.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows you go. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
Because, as always, I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. And the water just once again. Sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself just for the pleasure of harassing you.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson.
Don't let that witch.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
We're lacking courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Petty punishments won't last forever.
Because, as always, I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. And the water just once again. Sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson.
Don't let that witch.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
We're lacking courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Petty punishments won't last forever.
Because, as always, I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. And the water just once again. Sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson.
Don't let that witch.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
We're lacking courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Petty punishments won't last forever.
Because, as always, I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. And the water just once again. Sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson.
Don't let that witch.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
We're lacking courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Petty punishments won't last forever.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office.
I understand.
But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Don't let that witch.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
We're lacking courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Petty punishments won't last forever.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office.
I understand.
But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Don't let that witch.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
We're lacking courage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Petty punishments won't last forever.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr.
The
Colden.
operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office.
I understand.
But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him,
This man,
nonetheless.
Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
O arquivo já é extremamente completo. O
Wait a
tratamento
minute. Where do you think you're going?
segue a prática padrão.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
I will tell him.
This man,
Nonetheless.
Edward Pierce.
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
What did Fuller do to him? I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients. The operating room is never accessible after an
Rules
operation.
are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge.
I'll tell him.
Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
This man understood. Edward Pierce.
As a matter of fact, yes,
What did
a man has been brought up from the basement. And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file. You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
The operating room is never accessible after an
Rules
operation.
are rules. See, with
Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I
The
don't
boiler
think
room
they'll
key
leave
is
until
not
they
in
get
its
what they want.
place. This man understood. Edward Pierce.
As a matter of fact, yes, a man has been brought up from the basement. And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file. You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
The operating room is never accessible after an
Rules
operation.
are rules. See,
Dr. Fuller always keeps
he's
his
in
key with
charge.
him.
Anyhow, they're still waiting. Dr.
The
Colden,
boiler room key is not in its place. This man understood. Edward Pierce.
As a matter of fact, yes, a man has been brought up from the basement. And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file. You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
The operating room is never accessible after an
Rules
operation.
are rules. See,
Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Anyhow,
Mrs.
they're
Sanders,
still waiting,
Dr.
and
Colden,
I
the
don't
boiler
think
room
they'll
key
leave
is
until
not
they
in
get
its
what they want.
place. This man understood. Edward Pierce.
As a matter of fact, yes, a man has been brought up from the basement. And the family
He broke his
of Mrs.
back
Harding
in an
is asking to
accident
see
down by
her
the
medical
docks.
file. You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
Whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about? Always keeps his key with him.
Doctor, is that you?
Dr. Colden,
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened. This man understood.
It's the old whaling station.
As a matter of fact,
See?
yes, a man has been brought up from the basement. And
What did you see? He broke his back in an accident
Nothing
down
at
by the
all.
docks.
The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your
What's
back.
wrong with me? Perhaps.
What are you talking
No
about?
idea.
Always keeps his key with him.
Passed out. Doctor, is that you?
Dr. Colden,
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened. This man understood.
It's the old whaling station.
As a matter of fact,
See?
yes, a man has been brought up from the basement. And
What did you see? He broke his back in an accident
Nothing
down
at
by the
all.
docks.
The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your
What's
back.
wrong with me? Perhaps.
What are you talking
No
about?
idea.
Always keeps his key with him.
Passed out. Doctor, is that you?
Dr. Colden,
Yes, the key to the boiler room. Tell me what happened. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
a man has been brought up from the basement.
What did you see? He broke his back in an accident
Nothing
down
at
by the
all.
docks.
The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
My
And
chest.
that's how you broke your
What's
back.
wrong with me? Perhaps.
What are you talking
No
about?
idea.
Always keeps his key with him.
Passed out. Doctor, is that you?
Dr. Colden,
Yes, the key to the boiler room is perfusion. All I have to do is shut off the solution and hope Donovan takes the bait. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
brought up from the basement.
What did you see? He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
The floor was all
Nurse?
rotten and I fell
Deborah,
straight through.
come and help me, please. That's how you. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll
The
attend
key
to
to
it
the
right
boiler
away.
room is perfusion. All I have to do is shut off the solution and hope Donovan takes the bait. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. What did you see? He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
The floor was all
Nurse?
rotten and I fell
Deborah, come and help me, please.
Hay
His
fever.
potassium level is too high.
What's he doing here?
Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll
The
attend
key
to
to
it
the
right
boiler
away.
is perfusion. All I have to do is shut off the solution and hope Donovan takes the bait. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan. Listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
What's he doing here?
And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. This goose lets herself be tried. Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bath. It's a real show. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan. Listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
What's he doing here?
And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. We're running out of this
I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bath. It's a real We sent the purchase orders out, and Mrs. Donovan refused it. Donovan?
Once again.
Listen to the way you talk.
Donovan takes her instructions directly to Dr. Fuller.
And
I'm
the
afraid I
answer
can do
is
nothing
no.
about it.
You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. We're running out of this
I saw the
medicine.
schedule. She's alone in the bath. It's a real We sent the purchase orders out, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Variedade de assistente e recursos e demonstrações podem ganhar.
Donovan takes her instructions directly to Dr. Fuller.
And
I'm
the
afraid I
answer
can do
is
nothing
no.
about it.
You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing.
The doses prescribed by Fuller. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. We're running out of this
I saw the
medicine.
schedule. She's alone in the bath. It's a real We sent the purchase orders out, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Variedade de assistente e recursos e demonstrações podem ganhar.
Donovan takes her instructions directly to Dr. Fuller.
And
I'm
the
afraid I
answer
can do
is
nothing
no.
about it.
You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing.
The doses prescribed by Fuller. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
We're running out of this
I saw the
medicine.
schedule. She's alone in the bath. It's a real We sent the purchase orders out, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Variedade de assistente e recursos e demonstrações podem ganhar.
Donovan takes her instructions directly to Dr. Fuller.
And
I'm
the
afraid I
answer
can do
is
nothing about it.
Everybody says it.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
Chronic insomnia, like half the island.
We sent the purchase orders out, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Variedade de assistente e recursos e demonstrações podem ganhar.
Donovan takes her instructions directly to Dr. Fuller.
And
I'm
the
afraid I
answer
can do
is
nothing about it.
Everybody says it.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. We've been waiting to be
I'll
restocked.
just sleep a bit more.
At least we won't have to clean for a while.
Chronic insomnia, like half the island. Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Donovan refused it.
O arquivo descreve o estado do qual a Irene Sanders do Riverside, assim como estão entrevistados a ela. Fuller adicionou
The
uma nota
answers
escrita à
must be
mão
hidden in Fuller's office.
da ala
We've been waiting to be
psiquiátrica
restocked.
para que
just
possa
sleep
ter
a
o
bit
silêncio e
more.
descanso.
We won't have to clean for a while.
Chronic insomnia, like half the
A
island.
Lilia.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Donovan refused it.
O arquivo descreve o estado do qual a Irene Sanders do Riverside, assim como estão entrevistados a ela. Fuller adicionou
The
uma nota
answers
escrita à
must
mão
be hidden in Fuller's office.
da ala
We've been waiting to be
psiquiátrica
restocked.
para que
Another
possa ter o
insomniac.
silêncio e descanso.
I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. Chronic insomnia, like half the
A
island.
Lilia.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
O arquivo descreve o estado do qual a Irene Sanders
Dr. Colden, here you are at last.
assim como estão
This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing.
The answers
We've
must
been
be
following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight.
I should find the cause
We haven't
for
been
such
able
a
to move
widespread
him.
trouble.
The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Like half the island. Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing.
He bit his
We've been
lips so
following the
much,
treatment you
they're still
prescribed,
bleeding.
but the dysgeusia
White
persists and
froth.
he's lost a great
Evidently
deal of
because
weight.
of such drool.
We haven't been able to move him.
Trouble.
The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Like half the island. Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was
His
again
binds
brought up
left
to the
bloody
psychiatric
wounds.
wing.
He bit his
Doctor,
lips so
following
much.
what should we do with this patient? The dysfusion
White
persists and
frost.
blocks
Evidently
fire.
because of such root
We
cause
haven't been
for
able
such
to move
widespread
him.
trouble.
The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir,
Those basement
I'm going
brutes
to
tied him up too
Do you
tight,
understand?
and now he's hurt.
Inject him
I
with a
keep
dose of
trying to heal his
pentobarbital,
wounds, but he
intramuscular, so
reopens
that I can
them.
conduct the clinical
Do you have a
examination.
diploma
Dr.
as a
Calder,
nurse?
Here you are. Excuse me. This
So
patient
take
was
care.
His
again
binds
brought up
left
to the
bloody
psychiatric
wounds.
wing.
He bit his
Doctor,
lips so
following
much.
what should we do with this patient? The dysfusion
White
persists
frost.
and blocks
Evidently because
fire.
of such root
We
cause
haven't
for
been
such
able to move
widespread
him.
trouble.
The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir,
Those
I'm
basement
going to
brutes
examine
tied him
him.
up too
Do you
tight, and now
understand?
he's hurt.
Inject him
I
with a
keep
dose of
trying to heal his
pentobarbital,
wounds, but he
intramuscular, so
reopens
that I
them.
can conduct
It's a
the
quiet
clinical
little
Do you have a
town.
diploma
Dr.
as a
Days
nurse?
go by,
Here you
steady
are.
as
Excuse
ever.
me.
I wanted
This
more for
patient
myself,
Binds
brought
but
left
up to the
bloody
psychiatric
wounds.
wing.
He bit his
Doctor,
lips so
following
much.
what should we do with this patient? The dysfusion
White
persists
frost.
and blocks
Evidently because of such root
We
cause
haven't
for
been
such
able to move
widespread
him.
trouble.
The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Ethan.
Marie,
Sir,
I-
basement brutes tied
What
him
are you
up. Do
doing
you
here?
understand?
Now he's hurt.
I'm
Inject him with a dose of
waiting for my
pentobarbital,
medication.
intramuscular, so that I can conduct
it's a
the
quiet
Do
little
you have a
town.
diploma as a
Days
nurse?
go by,
Here you
steady
are.
as
Excuse
ever.
me.
I wanted more for
His
myself,
binds
but
left bloody
Psychiatric
wounds.
wing.
He bit his
You're
lips
not
so
here
much.
for treatment, right?
The dysfusion
Am I so obvious?
Evidently because of such root
We
cause
haven't
for
been
such
able
Only
to
to
move
me.
him. The stress
I know
makes him
you worry about
hyperallergic.
Ethan.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you. I'm
Me too.
waiting for my medication.
Is that all?
it's a quiet little
Well,
town.
Diploma as a
there might
Days
be
go
something
by,
else.
steady as ever.
I'm not sure.
I wanted more for
Tell me.
myself, but
I have nightmares.
You're not here.
They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but terrible.
Only actually, you're not the only one.
Ethan.
No, I trust you. No one has ever seen the things I see. I'm like I'm
Me too.
turning mad. My medication.
Is that all?
it's a quiet little
Well,
town.
there
Days
might
go
be something
by,
else.
steady as ever.
So many
I
people
wanted
have
more
this
for
opinion.
myself, but
I
It's like an
have
epidemic.
nightmares.
You're
Do
not
you?
here.
They keep me awake. I think it might be related. It seems stupid, I know, but
I don't know yet,
terrible.
but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering
No,
from
I
my
trust
fears.
you. No one has ever seen the things I see.
We don't have
I'm
any
like I'm
medication
turning
left.
mad. My medication. Oh,
Is that all?
there's no excuse
Well,
then. I see something else.
Take care, Ethan. Will have this
You
opinion.
too, Marie.
It's
I
like an
have
epidemic.
nightmares.
You're
Do
not
you?
here.
They keep me awake. I think it might be related. It seems stupid.
I don't get why they have us
I don't
waiting
know
so
yet,
long.
but I will
Almost
figure
no
all this out.
patients here.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering
No,
from
I
my
Where did my
trust you.
fiancée go?
No one has ever seen the
I
things
hope those
see.
nutcases will
I'm
stop
like I'm
burdening her
turning
with
mad.
work.
My medication. Oh,
Is that all?
there's no excuse then. I see something else.
Do you want something?
You too, Marie.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
Do you? They keep me awake. I think it might be related. It seems stupid.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
But I will
Almost
figure
no
all this out.
patients here.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering
No,
from
I
my
Where did my
trust you.
fiancée go?
No one has ever seen the
I
Those
hope
people
those
need you at the
nutcases will stop
dormitory.
burdening her with work.
Oh,
I'll
no
tell
excuse
you.
then.
Don't worry.
I see something else.
Do you want something?
You too, Marie.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
It seems stupid.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
But I will.
Please,
no
the
patience.
fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Where did my fiancée go?
No one has ever seen the
I
Those
hope
people
those
need you at the
nutcases will stop
dormitory.
burdening her with work.
Oh,
I'll
no
tell you.
excuse then.
Don't worry.
I see something else.
Do you want something?
You too, Marie.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Sorry,
Let's
but
hope I
nobody
can go
can
through
take
the
anything
administration
until I
office.
finish the inventory.
It seems stupid.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
But I will.
Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Where did my fiancée go?
No one has ever seen the
I
Those
hope
people
those
need you at the
nutcases will stop
dormitory.
burdening her with work.
Oh,
I'll
no
tell you.
excuse then.
Don't worry.
I see something else.
Do you want something?
You too, Marie.
I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor. Sorry,
Let's
but
hope I
nobody
can go through
take
the
anything
administration
until I finish the
office.
inventory.
I don't get why they have us waiting
Everything
so
all
long.
right, Dr. Colden? The fewer
All is well,
interruptions there are, the
Elizabeth. Thank
faster
you.
I'll be finished.
I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
I see something else.
Do you want something?
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let's hope I can go through the administration.
I don't get why they have us waiting.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
The fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Do you want something?
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let's hope I can go through the administration.
I don't get why they have us waiting.
It's temperamental, if I understand
The
correctly.
fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let's hope I can go through the administration. It's temperamental, if I understand
The
correctly.
fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let's hope I can go through the administration. It's temperamental, if I understand
The
correctly.
fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no.
Dr. Fuller, in theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let's hope I can go through the administration. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
The fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no.
Dr. Fuller, in theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Let's hope I can go through the administration. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. I was making
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen
Dr.
Harding.
Fuller, in theory,
She came in with a kidney
this is
problem,
where
but we
hang
haven't
the
heard
key
anything
to the boiler
since.
room.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know? And we can't even see her medical file.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcome.
We're waiting on news
But
regarding
your
our
mother
mother,
isn't
Maureen
Dr.
Harding.
Fuller. In
She
theory,
came in with a
tend to
kidney
this is where
problem,
we
but we
hang
haven't
the
heard
key
anything
and keep you informed
since.
at once.
I'm sorry.
Would that suit you?
Dr. Fuller is a
Well,
very
that
busy
sure
man.
sounds great to us, Doctor.
Well, is there
Thank
anyone
you.
else who can tell
But
us what's
those are
going
just
on?
words,
So
She's our
we're
only
not
family,
budging.
you know? And
Very
we can't
well.
even see her
At
medical
least I'll know
file.
where to find you.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Don't worry.
So,
I'm
Doctor,
aware our
have you been
institution
able
is
to
not
examine our
always
mother?
welcome.
We're waiting on news
But
regarding
your
our
mother
mother,
isn't
Maureen
Dr.
Harding.
Fuller. In
She
theory,
came in
tend
with
to
a kidney
this is
problem,
where
but
Could
we
you
haven't
remind me
heard
what you
anything
informed
since.
at once?
We're waiting on
That's
news
it.
regarding
Dr.
our
Fuller
mother,
is a
Maureen
very busy
Harding.
man.
Sounds great.
She came in
Well,
with
is
a
there
kidney
anyone
problem,
else
but
who
we
can
haven't
tell us
heard
what's
anything
going
since.
on?
Words. So
She's our
we're
only
not
family, you
budging.
know?
I'm sorry. Very
They're
well.
taking
See
up.
her
At
medical
least I'll know
file.
where to find you.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Don't worry.
So,
I'm
Doctor,
aware our
have you been
institution
able
is
to
not
examine
always
our mother?
welcome.
We're waiting on news
But
regarding
your
our
mother
mother,
isn't
Maureen
Dr.
Harding.
Fuller. In theory,
I'm
tend to
taking
this is
up.
where
Could
we
you
hang
remind
the
me
key
what
to
you
the boiler
informed
room.
at once?
We're waiting on
That's
news
it.
regarding
Dr.
our mother,
Fuller is a
Maureen
very busy
Harding.
man.
Sounds great.
She came in
Well,
with
is
a
there
kidney
anyone
problem,
else
but
who
we
can
haven't
tell us
heard
what's
anything
going on?
since. Words. So
She's our
we're
only
not
family, you
budging.
know?
I'm sorry. Very
They're
well.
taking
See
up.
her
At
medical
least I'll
file.
know where to find you. Don't worry.
So,
I'm
Doctor,
aware our
have you been
institution
able
is
to
not
examine our
always
mother?
welcome.
Waiting on news
But
regarding
your
our
mother
mother,
isn't
Maureen
Dr.
Harding.
Fuller. In theory,
I'm
tend to
taking
this is
up.
where
Could
we
you
hang
remind
the
me
key
what
to
you
the boiler
informed
room.
at once?
We're waiting on
That's
news
it.
regarding
Dr.
our mother,
Fuller is a
Maureen
very
Harding.
busy man.
Sounds great.
She came in
Well,
with
is
a
there
kidney
anyone
problem,
else
but
who
we
can
haven't
tell us
heard
what's
anything
going on?
since. Words. So
She's our
we're
only
not
family,
budging.
you know?
I'm sorry. Very
They're
well.
taking
See
up.
her
At
medical
least I'll
file.
know where to find you. Don't worry.
So,
I'm
Doctor,
aware our
have you been
institution
able
is
to
not
examine our
always
mother?
welcome.
Waiting on news
But
regarding
your
our
mother
mother,
isn't
Maureen
Dr.
Harding.
Fuller. In theory,
I'm
tend to
taking
this is
up.
where
Could
we
you
hang
remind
the
me what
key
you
to the boiler
informed
room.
at once?
We're waiting on
That's
news
it.
regarding
Dr.
our mother,
Fuller is a
Maureen
very busy
Harding.
man.
Sounds great.
She came in
Well,
with
is
a
there
kidney
anyone
problem,
else
but
who
we
can
haven't
tell
heard
us what's
anything
going
since.
on?
Words. So
She's our
we're
only
not
family,
budging.
you know?
I'm sorry. Very
They're
well.
taking
See
up.
her
At least I'll
medical
know where to find you.
Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Barton. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since. So we're not budging.
I'm sorry.
They're taking her.
At least I'll know where to find you. Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. From breathing organic vapor was able to save her kidney.
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Barton. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since. So we're not budging.
I'm sorry.
They're taking her.
At least I'll know where to find you. Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. From breathing organic vapor was able to save her kidney.
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Barton. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since. So we're not budging.
I'm sorry.
They're taking. So, Doctor, have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. She's still sleeping. Her blood analysis is reassuring. A nephrectomy would have been inevitable. From breathing organic vapor.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. A nephrectomy would have been inevitable. From breathing organic vapor.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. A nephrectomy would have been inevitable. From breathing organic vapor.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. A nephrectomy would have been inevitable. From breathing organic vapor.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so have you been able to examine our mother?
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take
This is
this, Marie.
miraculous.
I feel I'm gonna burst.
Hospital personnel. It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental,
Here we
if
go.
I understand correctly.
And hold your tongue.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I
Patients
feel I'm gonna
and
burst.
hospital personnel. It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental,
Here we
if
go.
I understand correctly.
And hold your tongue.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. The missing files must be hidden here. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not something is wrong with these masks. It's some sort of puzzle.
Punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental,
Here we
if
go.
I understand correctly.
And hold your tongue.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. The missing files must be hidden here. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take
I've unlocked something.
I feel I'm
Patient.
gonna burst.
Something is wrong with these masks and files. It's some sort of puzzle.
Punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental,
Here we
if
go.
I understand correctly.
Hold your tongue.
I feel the Stendhal syndrome. Of course. The missing file. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. I've unlocked something. Patient. Something is wrong with these masks and files. It's some sort of puzzle.
Punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental,
Here we
if
go.
I understand correctly.
Hold your tongue.
I feel the Stendhal syndrome. Of course. The missing file. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. I've unlocked something. Patient. Something is wrong with these masks and files. It's I was right. Puzzle.
Punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch.
Sarah Hawkins.
Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental.
Here we go.
The patient appears to have finally
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. The missing file. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. I've unlocked something. Patient. Something is wrong with these masks and files. It's I was right. Puzzle. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah
The
Hawkins?
patient appears to have finally first
Stendhal syndrome.
assumed
Of
that
course.
life was
Missing file. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
But I found nothing to
I've unlocked something. Something is wrong with these masks and files. I was right. Puzzle. The poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah
The
Hawkins?
patient appears to have finally
Stendhal
first
syndrome.
assumed that life was
This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
But I found nothing to prove that he would try to break into the basement sooner or
Something is
later.
wrong with these masks and files. I was right. Puzzle.
I am prepared.
The poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about
Hawkins,
Sarah
Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
I had the mind to set the wall in the base. I found nothing to prove that he would try to break into the basement. All of a sudden, another more incident finally comes to an end. I will dispose of her rumors.
The poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about
Hawkins,
Sarah
Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. The poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological
I go back to the basement.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I should go another way. The poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological
I go back to the basement.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I should go another way. The poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological
I go back to the basement.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I should go another way. Poor souls downstairs. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological
I go back to the basement.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I should go another way. Poor souls
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I should...
If you're gonna shoot me,
that's the Marie that I
have
know.
the decency to look
I
me
knew
in
I
the
could
eyes.
count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to
Ah,
show
não
you
tá
what you
vivo.
were so eager to discover.
Sarah Hawkins
Talk,
is the
filthy
connection.
thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
If you're gonna shoot me,
That's the Marie.
take a
that
minute
I
to
know.
look around.
I knew I
Everything
could count on your
points to
scientific
Charles
curiosity.
Hawkins.
He's dead.
não tá vivo.
So eager to discover.
He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, talk, filthy thief!
The book.
Oh, I swear I'll
Why
shoot!
was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you! Now you won't be able to
You're gonna
escape
shoot.
his will.
Take
What
a
did he
minute
show
to
you?
look around.
I knew I could
Everything
count on your
points to
scientific
Charles
curiosity.
Hawkins.
He's dead.
She went into Fuller's office. He was here. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Oh, Sarah Hawkins, you say?
The book.
Let's go back to the start, shall we? Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose to show you? How foolish of you! Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did he show you?
Danger. I have to go to Charles
Wait!
Hawkins.
No one knows the occult
She
better
went
than me.
into Fuller's office.
You
He
might
was
need
here.
my help.
She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Oh, Sarah Hawkins, you say?
All right.
Let's go back to the start, shall
I
we?
might need you after all.
Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose Let's meet later at the Hawkins Mansion. How foolish of you. Now go! Now rescue the doctor to escape his will.
Thank you, Drake.
What did he show you?
Danger. I have to go to Charles.
Wait! No one knows the occult
She
better
went
than me.
into Fuller's office.
You
He
might
was
need
here.
my help.
She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Oh, Sarah Hawkins, you say?
All right.
Let's go back to the start, shall
I
we?
might need you after all.
Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose Let's meet later at the Hawkins Mansion. How foolish of you. Now go! Now rescue the doctor to escape his will.
Thank you, Drake.
What did he show you?
Danger. I have to go to Charles.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right.
Let's go back to the start.
I might need you after all.
Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose Let's meet later at the Hawkins Mansion. How foolish of you. Now go! Now rescue the doctor to escape his will.
Thank you,
E
Drake.
pergunto se dava pra fazer alguma coisa. Abre aqui de frente na entrada
Wait!
da porta, bicho.
No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right.
Let's go back to the start.
I might need you after all.
Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose Let's meet later at the Hawkins Mansion. How foolish of you. Now go! Now rescue the doctor to escape his will.
Thank you,
E
Drake.
pergunto se dava pra fazer alguma coisa. Abre aqui de frente na entrada da
Wait!
porta, bicho.
No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Vai bater
All
meia-noite.
right.
Let's go back to the start.
I might need you after all.
Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose Let's meet later at the Hawkins Mansion. How foolish of you. Now go! Now rescue the doctor to escape his will.
Thank you,
E
Drake.
pergunto se dava pra fazer alguma coisa. Abre aqui de frente na entrada da
Wait!
porta, bicho.
No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Vai bater
All right.
meia-noite.
Let's go back to the start.
I might need you after all.
Have you read life did the Necronomicon choose Let's meet later at the Hawkins Mansion. How foolish of you. Now go!
Podemos jogar o da
Now
quadra
rescue the doctor to escape his will.
Thank you,
E
Drake.
pergunto se dava pra fazer alguma coisa. Abre aqui de frente na entrada da
Wait!
porta, bicho.
No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Vai bater